Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Let's begin. In the Hidden Leaf Village Hospital, Tsunade was crying because she had just the two most important people in her life. Her husband, the fourth Hokage Arashi, who died sealing the nine-tailed fox Kyuubi into their newborn son Naruto, who had disappeared into rift into the fabric of time and space that the Kyuubi had opened up and told everyone that it was going to make sure that its container would not be used as a weapon by the village before Naruto disappeared into the hole. Kakashi, who was in the room and told Tsunade the bad news, was looking at her with sadness in his eyes. "I am very sorry about your lost, Lady Tsunade. But we should be thankful the Kyuubi is no longer a threat to the village," said Kakashi. "What do you mean you're sorry, Kakashi? I just lost the two most important people in my life tonight to that demon, and you telling me that I should be grateful that the village is safe from the Kyuubi? I have the right to send you to the hospital for a long time for even saying that," shouted Tsunade, holding up her fist. "Hold on a minute there, Tsunade. Beating up Kakashi will not bring Arashi and your son Naruto back. I think you should just settle down right now before you do something you will regret later," said Jiraiya, trying to calm his teammate down. "I guess you're right, Jiraiya. But that doesn't mean I have to like Kakashi here," replied Tsunade, calming down. "I'm interrupting anything in here," said a voice. Everyone turned around and saw the third Hokage Sarutobi standing in the doorway. "What are you doing here, Sarutobi-sensei?" asked Jiraiya. "I came down here to see how Tsunade was doing and to say I am sorry about her loss, and also to tell you that I have been reinstated as the Hokage," replied Sarutobi. "Well, thanks for coming down to see me, Sarutobi-sensei, and I'm thankful for your concern about my loss," said Tsunade, looking at him. "You're very welcome, Tsunade. So what do you plan on doing now once you leave the hospital?" asked Sarutobi. "Well, I plan on leaving the village since there is nothing here for me anymore," replied Tsunade. "Is that what you really want to do, Tsunade?" asked Jiraiya. "Yes, that is what I really want to do, Jiraiya, and you can't change my mind," replied Tsunade. "Then I wish you the best of luck, Tsunade, and hope you find peace somewhere in this world," said Sarutobi. "Thank you, Sarutobi-sensei, and I know the village will be safe with you as Hokage," said Tsunade. "I hope wherever the Kyuubi sent my son Naruto that he is all right and he is safe," thought Tsunade. New Tech City, year 2012. Outside the Earth headquarters of SPD. Kat Manx, who was the lab technician of the Earth headquarters of SPD, was walking around outside the front of the base, as it always helped her to relax when she was busy working on something in the lab. All of a sudden her cat-like ears pick up what sounded like a baby's cries coming over from the bushes, and went over to the bushes to find out what causing the cries. When she got over there and moved the bushes aside, she saw a baby boy with blonde hair and blue eyes and whisker marks on his face that didn't look like more than a few hours old. "Where did you come from, little one?" asked Kat, picking the boy up in her arms. Kat then saw a bracelet on the boy's arm with the name Naruto written in Japanese, and she then noticed what looked like a tattoo on his stomach with symbols on it. "Something tells me you're not from around here. I better get you to Commander Kruger right away," said Kat. With that, Kat went inside the base to see Commander Kruger at once, carrying Naruto in her arms. Meanwhile, in the command center of the base, Commander Doggy Kruger, who was a blue human-like alien with a head of a dog, was looking at the screens as they told him that there had been a small hole cut into the very fabric of space and time that had suddenly disappeared as quickly as it appeared on the screen, and it had him worried that something had come through that could harm the people of New Tech City. All of a sudden, Commander Kruger saw Kat come into the command center holding a baby boy in her arms. "Kat, I was wondering where you were. But where did you this baby from?" asked Kruger. "Well, I was outside the base taking a walk when I heard crying coming from the bushes and found this little boy there, and something told me he isn't from around here and decided to come tell you at once," replied Kat. "That is strange, Kat, because our scanners pick up a small hole in the fabric of space and time that appeared right outside the base and quickly disappeared without a trace," said Kruger. "So you're thinking that this boy here came through that hole?" asked Kat. "That what I am thinking, Kat," replied Kruger. "So what do we do now?" asked Kat. I want you go to the lab and run some scans on the boy and tell me what you find out right away, replied Kruger. I will get on it right away, doggy, said Cat. With that, Cat quickly went to the lab carrying Naruto with her. After 2 hours of running the scans on Naruto, Kruger came into the lab to find out the results from Cat. So did you find out anything unusual about our little guest here, Cat? Asked Kruger. I have, doggy. From the scans it appears genetic powers identical to Sky and Sid, and it also appears he has a gene in his DNA. That appears to be a part of him passed down from his family that I don't know what it does. But I have found something else about the tattoo on his stomach, replied Cat. So what did you found out about the tattoo, Cat? Asked Kruger, curious. It appears to be some sort of powerful kind of seal that seems to contain a power beyond what I know, replied Cat. Is it something we have to worry about in the future? Asked Kruger. I don't think so, doggy. It seems the seal is designed to absorb the power into him, and by the time he is 12 the power would become part of him, replied Cat. That is good to hear, Cat. Because I am thinking this child could become a great asset to SPD. When he is older and could help us protect the people of Earth. No, he goes to the academy, said Kruger. I think you are right, doggy. This child could make a great Power Ranger one day. But I do have request to make to you, doggy, said Cat. What is it, Cat? Asked Kruger. Well, I would like to adopt him as my son, and I thinking he could benefit from training from the Wind Ranger Academy and Pi Zoop, and maybe being trained by the Mystic Force Rangers in magic intention to his training here at SPD Academy, replied Cat. I think that is a good idea, Cat. From this moment on you're this boy's mother and help him train in being a Power Ranger. So what do you plan on naming him, Cat? Said Kruger. Well, seeing that the bracelet on his arm says his name is Naruto, I think we'll call him Naruto Atem Manx, replied Cat. That is good name for him, Cat, said Kruger. With that, Commander Kruger left the lab. Cat picked Naruto up in her arms and looked at him. Something tells me you're going to make a great Power Ranger one day, and I plan to make sure you do, said Cat, looking down at Naruto, who was giggling. 5 years later, inside the SPD base, 5-year-old Naruto and 13-year-old Sky Tate were running away from one of the instructors after playing a prank on him by having a can of paint coming down off the door and onto his uniform. Naruto, Sky, get your butts back here right now before I catch up to you two and turn you two into Commander Kruger, shouted the instructor. Yeah, like we are going to stop for you, said Naruto. Yeah, you're too slow to catch up to us, slowpoke, said Sky. With that, they took off down the hallway running full speed. After 10 minutes of running they lost the instructor and sat down next to a wall and relax. That had to be the best prank we pulled yet, Sky, said Naruto to his best friend. You got that right, Naruto. Having that instructor cover in paint was very funny, replied Sky, smiling. So what do you plan on doing after you get out of the academy, Sky? Asked Naruto. Well, I plan on becoming the Red Power Ranger like my dad was, Naruto, replied Sky. Well, that is a good dream to have, Sky, said Naruto. So what do you plan on doing after you get out of the academy? Asked Sky. Well, I plan on becoming the best Power Ranger I can become and protect this city from alien criminals, replied Naruto. Well, knowing all the training you are going through outside the academy, Naruto, you will make a great Power Ranger, said Sky. You got that right, Sky, and maybe we will be put on the same squad together, said Naruto. That would be the best thing to happen if we were put on the same squad, said Sky, giving Naruto a high five. And what do you think you two doing here resting? Said a voice. Naruto and Sky look up to see Cat looking down at them with an angry look on her face. Hi Mom, what are you doing here? Asked Naruto to his mother. Don't go hi Mom to me, young man. I was on my way to the lab and saw you and Sky here running away from the instructor and saw him covered in paint. So I figure you and Sky were up to no good with your pranks again, replied Cat. We were only having some fun, Cat, said Sky. Well, tell that to the instructor, you two. I know you two are the best cadets in the base, but that doesn't give you two the right to go around and pull pranks on the instructors, said Cat. We're very sorry Mom, said Naruto. Yeah, we promise not to pull any more pranks on the instructor's cat, added Sky. Well, you two better not. Right now I think Naruto here should come with me to the lab and you Sky should head back to your quarters and get some rest, said Cat. But why do I have to go with you to the lab Mom, and how come Sky has to go back to his quarters? Asked Naruto. Because it is your punishment for you two pulling that prank, and Sky here needs to head it back before I decide to tell Commander Kruger what you two did to the instructor, replied Cat. I guess that means I better get going back to my quarters. I will see you around the base later Naruto, said Sky. You can count on it Sky, said Naruto. With that Sky took off down the hallway back to his quarters and Naruto went with his mother Cat to the lab. Once they reached the lab, Cat went over to what she was working on before, and Naruto, being curious, decided to ask a question. Hey Mom, can I ask you a question? Asked Naruto. Sure, you can ask me anything Naruto, replied Cat. What are you working on right now? Asked Naruto, curious. Well, if you must know Naruto, I am working on a new morpher that will be very helpful to SPD, replied Cat. What kind of morpher is it Mom? Asked Naruto, getting more curious. Well, the morpher I am working on right now is the quantum morpher. I am combing with the green and white power coins along with the Dino Gems Zeo Crystal, Samurai Amulet and the Mystic Force Snow Staff that will allow the person to become the Mighty Morphin Green Ranger but more powerful, and I have also added the Mystic Force Wolf Warrior Armor as a armor mode to make the Ranger more powerful, replied Cat. That sounds very cool Mom. But who is the morpher for? Said Naruto. If you must know Naruto, I am creating this morpher for you when you are ready for it. Why do you think all that training you doing is for? Replied Cat. You mean I am going to become the Mighty Morphin Green Ranger? Asked Naruto, surprise. Of course you are Naruto, as you are one of the best cadets there is in the academy. But you're only going to get it once me and Commander Kruger feel you have earned it, replied Cat. Thank you Mom, and I will prove to you and Commander Kruger that I will earn the chance to become a Power Ranger, said Naruto. Well, you better focus more on your training than on pulling pranks Naruto, said Cat. You can count on me Mom, said Naruto. That's good to hear Naruto, and speaking of your training, how is it going with Wind Ranger Academy and Paizuke, and course you're training with the Mystic Force Ranger? Said Cat. Well, Cam Sensei said I am almost done with my Wind Ranger training and should be done within 4 years, and Master Casey said I should be ready to take the Master Test in a few years, since I have control of my Lion and Tiger Spirit and I have already mastered the Shark Technique, and of course I am almost done with my magic training since I am very good with magic spells, replied Naruto. Well, that is very good to hear Naruto. We better head back to our quarters since it's getting late, said Cat. With that, Cat put down the morpher she was working on and she and Naruto headed back to their quarters. Once they got back to their quarters, Cat made Naruto take a bath and get ready for bed. Once Naruto was in bed, Cat decided to tell Naruto something. Now Naruto, before you go to sleep, I have something to give to you that I had planned on saving until you get out of the academy, said Cat. What is it Mom you have to give me? Asked Naruto, curious. Well, you better close your eyes as I want it to be a surprise when you open them, replied Cat. Okay Mom, said Naruto, closing his eyes. Cat then took a gold chain from her pocket with a crystal attached to it and put it around Naruto's neck. Okay, you can open your eyes now, said Cat. Naruto then opened his eyes and saw the necklace around his neck and looked at his mom. What kind of crystal is this Mom, and why did you give it to me? Asked Naruto, curious. Well, if you must know Naruto, that crystal is called the Eye of the Sea, and the reason I decide to give it to you is because I feel you have earned the chance to wear it, as you proven yourself to be an honorable person and someone who would stick up for his friends. Besides, I think it will bring you good luck in the future, replied Cat. Thanks a lot Mom, I promise I will take good care of it, said Naruto. You're very welcome Naruto. Now you better get some sleep as you have training tomorrow with your instructor, said Cat. I will Mom, said Naruto. That is good to hear Naruto. Now go to sleep and I will see you in the morning, said Cat. With that, Cat turned off the light and left the bedroom to head for her bed. As soon as Cat left, Naruto put his head on his pillow and went to sleep and dream about what it would be like to be a Power Ranger once he got older. 8 years later. It now had been 6 months since Emperor Groom had been defeated and Jack had left SPD. Inside quarters of B Squad, Sky and Naruto were playing a game of light ball with Bridge and Z, while Sid and the Omega Ranger Sam were on the couch watching them as they played. "You two are going to lose this game, right, Naruto?" said Sky. "You got that right, Sky," replied Naruto, smiling. "Don't count us out yet, you two," said Z. "Yeah, you two are going to lose this game, or maybe not," said Bridge. "You know what, Bridge, after all these years of knowing you I still can't understand you," said Naruto. "Enough talking, make your move, Naruto," said Z, getting impatient. With that, Naruto tossed the light ball and aimed it at Z, who then caught it and threw it at Sky, who then caught it and threw it and sent it flying across the room and towards Sid and Sam. Naruto quickly went after it and caught it in midair and threw it at Z as he went over the couch and on the floor, and the ball ended up hitting Z right in the chest, giving Naruto and Sky the winning point in the game. "Looks like you two lost again," said Sky. "While we would have won if Naruto decided not to use his inherent power in his eyes," said Z. "While don't be a sore loser because I decide to use my power to keep track of the ball, Z," said Naruto as he got off the floor and revealed his now red eyes with 2 black teardrops in each one. "While Naruto, can you be more careful next time? Because you almost smash right into me," said Sid. "I am very sorry, Sid. I promise next time I will watch where I am going," said Naruto as his eyes returned to their normal shade of blue. "While that is good, Naruto. Besides, we need to be prepared in case of an alien criminal attack," said Sam. "I wouldn't worry too much, Sam. Since we took down Groom 6 months ago, things have been nice and peaceful around New Tech City," said Sky. "Well, we better kept our guard up because you never know when there will be another alien attack," said Z. "Yeah, you never know when another attack, like I had this dream last night where I was being attacked by a pile of toast," said Bridge. "Like I kept saying to you, Bridge, I will never get to understand you even if I live to a 100, said Naruto. Z then decided to ask everyone a question. "So what do you guys think about us going over to pay Jack a visit after our shift is over?" asked Z. "I think that would be a great idea, Z. I want to know what Jack has been up to lately," said Sky. "I hope he is doing okay with Piggy," said Sid. "Well, knowing Jack, I know everything is going fine with him," said Naruto. As soon as Naruto said that, the alarms in the base went off warning them of an alien attack. "Looks like we have to wait on visiting Jack," said Sam. "Yeah, we better get going to the command center and see what Commander Kruger wants," said Sky. With that, they all headed towards the command center at once. Meanwhile, in the command center, Cat and Commander Kruger were looking at the screens as it showed an alien that looked like a more powerful version of Rita's monster, the Snizzard, holding some kind of blaster in one of its hands and a bow in the other. Kruger had a look of concern on his face as he saw the alien blast things with its bow and destroyed them. "Cat, where are the Rangers?" asked Kruger, looking at Cat. "I have already sent the signal to have them come straight here, doggy." "They should be here any minute," replied Cat. At that moment, the Rangers came into the command center and stood at attention looking at Commander Kruger. "B Squad reporting for duty, Commander," said Sky. "It's as good you 6 are here. There is alien criminal running loose in the city, destroying everything in his path," said Kruger. "What kind of alien criminal is he, Commander?" asked Naruto. "His name is Manda and he is wanted throughout the galaxy by SPD," replied Cat. "How bad is this Manda?" asked Z. "He is wanted for killing a number of important people on different planets, including kings, presidents and prime ministers. Not to mention to destroying a few cities in the progress," replied Kruger. "That is bad, Commander," said Sid. "Yes, it is, Sid, and that is why you 6 must go and bring him," said Kruger. "You can count on us, Commander," said Sam. "That is good to hear. Now go and bring Manda in," ordered Kruger. With that, the Rangers started to head out of the command center. "Naruto, I want to wait here for a minute," said Kruger. Why do I have to wait, Commander, when my team needs me? Asked Naruto confused. Because I have something to give you before you leave, replied Kruger, throwing to Naruto a sword which he caught in his hand. Commander, why are you giving me your shadow saber? Asked Naruto, looking at the sword. Because you have earned the right to wield it, Naruto. Now take Lighting Cruiser and go join the rest of your team, said Kruger. You got, Commander, said Naruto, leaving the command center. Meanwhile, in the park in a dinning area, Manda was terrorizing the people by blasting everyone in his way, and he was smiling too. Run away, you weak fools, because I am going to take this planet over and there's nothing that SPD can do about it, said Manda, laughing. At that moment, Manda was struck by laser fire that sent him backwards to the ground. When he got up, he saw B Squad standing in front of him holding up their blasters. How dare you fire at me, you fools, said Manda, angry, looking at B Squad. Because you are under arrest for trying to harm the people of New Tech City, replied Sky. If I were you, I would give up right now, Manda, before you feel sorry for coming to Earth, said Naruto. I don't think so, you fools, said Manda. With that, Manda tossed some metal things that turn into blue and orange-headed Kerbots, and they quickly surrounded the Rangers. Can the bad guys stop trying to use Crybots whenever we show up? Said Z. Yeah, this is starting to get old, said Sid. You guys know what time it is, right? Asked Sky. You mean it's 12 o'clock now? Asked Bridge. No, Bridge, Sky means we need to morph, replied Naruto, rolling his eyes. With that, the Rangers took out their morphers while Naruto held his up to his face. SPD. Emergency, they all said together. There was a bright flash of light and everyone except Sam were in their ranger forms since he was stuck as a ranger. Alright, you guys, let's took these tin heads down, ordered Sky. You got it, Sky, said Z. With that, the Rangers went off to do battle with the Crybots. As they were battling the Crybots, Sid saw Manda starting to sneak away from the battle. Look over there, you guys. Manda is trying to get away, shouted Sid. In that case, you guys stay here while I go after Manda myself and hold him down until you guys can join me, said Naruto. Are you sure that is a good idea, Naruto? Asked Sam. What choice do we have, Sam? If we kept fighting these Kerbots, then Manda will get away, replied Naruto. You're right, Naruto. You go after Manda until we can join you, said Sky. Thanks, Sky, said Naruto. Don't mention buddy. Now go and be careful, replied Sky. You got, Sky, said Naruto. With that, Naruto took off in the direction of Manda while the others took care of the Crybots. Meanwhile, Manda had stopped thinking he had given the Rangers the slip when all of a sudden he was struck by Naruto with the Shadow Saber and sent him to the ground. How did you get past the Crybots, Ranger? Asked Manda, surprised. Because my friends are taking care of them while I hold you off until they can join me, replied Naruto. While I am going to bring you down, Ranger, before your friends can get here, said Manda. With Naruto charge Manda, who fired a blast from his bow that bounced right off Naruto's chest shield. Naruto then took the dragon dagger and saw out of their holders and they glowed green and white. Naruto then jumped up into the air, struck Manda right in the chest with both weapons and sent Manda down to the ground in a shower of sparks. Manda then looked up at Naruto, who was standing in front of him. Now, in the name of SPD, you are charged with the murders of countless people and destroying entire cities across the galaxy, not to mention attacking SPD officers. Judgment mode, said Naruto, activating the judgment mode of his morpher. Manda watches the morpher flash between a green circle and a red X. After a minute, the morpher landed on the red X. You are guilty. Now it's time for you to be contained, Manda, said Naruto. I don't think so, Ranger, because you're going on a little trip, said Manda, firing his blaster at Naruto. Naruto dodged the blast and fired his quantum defender, destroying the blaster. Before Naruto could get a chance to go after Manda to contain him, he saw what looked like a hole made into the very fabric of space and time, and it was starting to pull him into it. Manda, seizing the chance, fired his bow, hitting Naruto and sending him into the hole that then closed on him. Meanwhile in the command center, Cat and Kruger were looking at the scanners as it showed a hole torn into the very fabric of space and time and saw Naruto being sent into it by Manda. "Doggy, we have to find a way to get Naruto back," said Cat looking at Kruger with tears in her eyes seeing it just happen on the screen. "I know, Cat. We will find a way to get Naruto back no matter what," said Kruger trying to calm Cat down. At that moment Naruto, who was now demorph and on the ground, was starting to come through. "Man, what happened to me?" thought Naruto getting to his feet. As soon as Naruto got to his feet he saw he was no longer in New Tech City but in a forest he didn't recognize. "Okay, how did I end up here in the forest?" said Naruto. Naruto started to think how he could have gotten in the forest and then he remembered the battle with Manda. "Now I remembered, I was sucked into that strange hole by Manda that he made with his blaster. Something tells me I am not in my own dimension anymore," said Naruto. Naruto then decided to try to contact SPD headquarters. After a few tries and no answers, Naruto decided to explore the forest to get his bearings. With that he started to walk. All of a sudden he heard what sounded like people yelling up ahead. Naruto ran full speed toward the yelling and when he got there he saw 3 kids about a year younger than him guarding an old man. Naruto saw the boy had black hair and eyes, dressed in a blue shirt and white shorts, and there were 2 girls with him. One girl had long white hair with pink eyes and pink marks all over the right side of her body, dressed in a pink dress and black shorts, and the girl next to her had long pink hair and green eyes, dressed in a red dress and black shorts. Naruto then looked in the direction the 3 kids were looking in and saw a tall man in pants and bandages covering the bottom of his face and had a big sword on his back, with one of his hands reaching out to a giant bubble of water containing a man with silver hair and 1 black eye and 1 red eye with a scar going over it, dressed in a long sleeve shirt with a green vest over it and black pants. Naruto noticed that the 3 kids and the man in the bubble were wearing a strips of blue cloth with a metal plate with a leaf design on it. Something tells me that those 3 kids need help to recuse their teacher from the looks of it, and they can't handle that man with the giant sword by themselves. Well, I guess I can help them, since the first rule of SPD is to help people in need no matter where you are, thought Naruto. Naruto then put his morpher to his face and said, "SPD. Emergency," and morph into the Green Ranger. Meanwhile Sasuke, Kagura, and Sakura couldn't believe this was happening to them. This was supposed to be a C rank mission the Hokage had given them. When they were attacked earlier by the 2 ninja and Tsunade told them why he couldn't pay for a higher rank mission, they decided to go on with the mission, and now Kakashi was trapped in a bubble by the missing ninja Zabuza while a water clone was guarding him in the front. Now they were thinking how to free Kakashi from Zabuza. How are we going to free Kakashi-sensei from Zabuza when we are no match for him since he is a Jonin? Thought Sakura, worried. All of a sudden Sakura saw a blur of green come out of nowhere and attack Zabuza's water clone and destroyed it. Sakura then saw the blur of green stop and saw a figure dressed in green the same height as Kakashi with what looked like a gold chest plate on his chest and a sword with the hilt in the shape of a tiger on his right hip and a stranger dagger on his left hip. Sakura then saw a helmet covering his face with the design of a dragon on it. "Sakura, who is that?" asked Kagura looking at the figure. "I don't know, Kagura, but I hope he is on our side," replied Sakura. "Well, he better be powerful," said Sasuke, hoping this person was as powerful as he looked. Meanwhile Zabuza had seen this mysterious person come out of nowhere and destroy his water clone, and now he was angry. "Who the hell are you?" demanded Zabuza in an angry tone looking at Naruto. "I am the SPD Dragon Ranger, and I suggest you let that man you got in that bubble go or else," said Naruto. "I don't think so," replied Zabuza. "Then you leave me no choice but to attack you," said Naruto. With that Naruto took out his shark sabers and charged Zabuza. Zabuza took out his sword to block Naruto's shark sabers. But before he could connect, Naruto quickly disappeared and reappeared behind Zabuza and hit him with his shark sabers, forcing Zabuza to let go of the bubble and let Kakashi go. Kakashi looked up and saw the fight between Naruto and Zabuza. "Who this guy and why does he remind me of Sensei?" thought Kakashi. Kakashi then decided to help Naruto out. Meanwhile Zabuza was using every jutsu he had only to have Naruto cancel it by using his shark sabers and magic spells. Just when Zabuza thought things couldn't get any worse, Kakashi decided to join the fight, and now he was losing the fight. Kakashi then used the water vortex jutsu and created a vortex of water that hit Zabuza and sent him into a tree. Zabuza then looked up to see Kakashi holding a kuni at him. "This time you die, Zabuza," said Kakashi. Before Kakashi could use the kuni to kill Zabuza, it was blasted out of his hand by Naruto's quantum defender. "What do you think you are doing?" asked Kakashi looking at Naruto. "I am trying to stop you from commenting murder," replied Naruto, keeping the quantum defender pointing at Kakashi. "Well, for information, I am a ninja and sometimes I have to kill in order to complete my mission," said Kakashi. "Well, from where I am from, it is called murder, plain and simple. Now step aside and let me contain this guy with my morpher," said Naruto. Before Naruto could get near Zabuza, Zabuza was struck in the neck by needles and dropped to the ground looking like he was dead. "What just happened?" asked Naruto, confused. Out of nowhere, a person in a mask with a hidden mist headband on his head. "Thank you too for keeping Zabuza busy so I could have a chance to kill him," said the masked ninja. "Who are you?" asked Naruto, pointing the quantum defender at the masked ninja. "I am a hunter ninja from the hidden mist village that was sent after Zabuza to kill him and dispose of his body," replied the masked ninja. "Well then, I guess have to arrest you for killing him," said Naruto. "I wouldn't do that if I were you. It is his job to track down missing ninja and kill them and dispose of their bodies by the orders of their village," said Kakashi. "That it is. Now if you excuse me, I have to take this body somewhere safe to dispose of it," said the masked ninja. With that he disappeared in a gust of wind. At that moment Naruto and Kakashi saw Sakura, Kagura, and Sasuke come towards them with Tsunade. "Kakashi-sensei, are you all right?" asked Kagura. "Yeah, I am just fine, you three, thanks to our friend here," replied Kakashi looking over at Naruto. "Thanks you very much, mister, for saving our sensei here," said Sakura. "Don't mention it. I was taught by SPD to always help people who need it no matter where I am," said Naruto. "What the hell is SPD?" asked Sasuke. "It stands for Space Patrol Delta and it's our job to protect anyone who needs help," replied Naruto. "Well, that's good and all, but I really need to head back to my house since my bridge will not build itself," said Tsunade. "Well, we better be on our way then, and thanks for the help," said Kakashi. With that Kakashi started to walk away but stopped dead in his tracks and started to fall to the ground but was caught by Naruto. "What happened to Kakashi-sensei?" asked Sakura, concerned. "I don't know, but something tells me that fight took a lot out of him," replied Naruto. "Don't worry about me. My Sharingan takes a lot out of me when I use it too much," said Kakashi looking at them. "Then I will go with you guys until Kakashi here feels better," said Naruto. "Are you sure you want to go with us, mister?" asked Kagura. "I am sure, besides it looks like you need an extra hand," replied Naruto. "Thanks, but I don't think I can pay you for protecting me," said Tsunade. "Don't worry about paying me, sir. It's my job to protect innocent people from harm," replied Naruto. With that they head towards Tsunade's house and get there in 10 minutes. Once they were inside, Naruto put Kakashi in a chair to rest and Tsunade introduced everyone to his daughter Tsunami and his grandson Inari. After Tsunade introduced them, Kakashi looked at Naruto and decided to ask him a question. "You know you did save us back there from Zabuza. So do you have a name?" asked Kakashi, curious. "Yes, I do, but I think I better demorph first," replied Naruto. With that he said, "Power down," and there was a flash of green light, and where the Green Ranger once stood was a boy a year older than Sakura, Kagura, and Sasuke, with blonde hair and blue eyes and whisker marks on his face, dressed in strange cloths they had never seen before. Sakura and Kagura noticed he had a well-toned body, like he work out a lot under his cloths. "Man, he sure is cute, even more than Sasuke," thought Sakura and Kagura at the same time, each with a slight blush on their faces. "The name's Naruto Manx SPD, B Squad Dragon Ranger," said Naruto. I don't believe this. This is Sensei and Lady Tsunade's son. Wait until the Hokage finds out about this, thought Kakashi surprised. So where do you come from, Naruto? Asked Sakura curious. I come from a place called New Tech City and I am part of SPD, replied Naruto. I never heard of this New Tech City, said Kagura. Maybe it is because it is in another dimension as I am, replied Naruto. So how did you ended up here in our dimension? Asked Sasuke. Well, me and the other ranger were going after an alien criminal named Manda when he fired a blast from his blaster that opened a hole in the fabric of space and time and I ended up getting sucked into it and that's how I ended up here, replied Naruto. What do you mean by alien criminal? Asked Kakashi. Well, from where I come from, aliens and humans live together on Earth. SPD was formed to train rangers to keep the peace and capture any alien criminals that threaten the peace and the Earth, replied Naruto. So how did you join SPD? Asked Kagura. Well, I was found by Mom 13 years ago and she adopted me and I was trained by SPD to become a Power Ranger, replied Naruto. So how long have you been a Power Ranger? Asked Sakura curious. I have been a Power Ranger for little over a year, replied Naruto. At that moment Kakashi decided to speak up. I think you guys have asked our friend Naruto here enough questions. We should get some rest for your training tomorrow to prepare for when we have to face Zabuza again, said Kakashi. What do you mean, Kakashi-sensei? I thought Zabuza was killed by that hunter ninja, asked Kagura confused. No, he was just put into a death-like state. Because I remember now that a hunter ninja is supposed to dispose of the body on sight. Which means that the hunter ninja is a friend of his, replied Kakashi. So how long do we have to train, Kakashi? Asked Sasuke. Well, it will be a few days before Zabuza recovers from being put into a death-like state, which gives us time for me to train the three of you, replied Kakashi. What about Naruto here, Kakashi-sensei? Asked Sakura. You don't have to worry about me, Sakura. The training I had to become a Power Ranger can let me take on the toughest alien criminals in the galaxy. So I doubt that Zabuza can take me down, replied Naruto. Naruto's right, Sakura. He took on Zabuza by himself no problem and I think he could come in handy when he comes back again, said Kakashi. With that, Tsunade took them to their rooms for the night. When Tsunade led Naruto to his room and opened the door, Naruto saw it had a bed and dresser in it with a window looking out into the night sky. I am sorry that we don't have better rooms for you to stay in, Naruto, said Tsunade. Don't worry about Tsunade. This will do fine for now, said Naruto. Well, you're welcome, Naruto, and thanks again for saving my father, said Tsunade. With that, she left the room and closed the door. Naruto then took out his cloths he kept in his sub-pocket dimension and put them in the dresser and put a picture he had of him and the rest of B squad with his mom and Commander Kruger on top. Naruto then put on his PJs and started to get ready for bed when heard a knock on his door. When he opened the door, he saw Sakura and Kagura standing there looking at him. Sakura, Kagura, what are you two doing up and at my door? Asked Naruto. Well, we wanted to come and say thank you again for saving us from Zabuza, replied Sakura. Well, you're welcome, you too. But is that all you wanted to say to me? Asked Naruto. Well, we were wondering after this mission was over, would you be coming back with us to the Hidden Leaf Village? Replied Kagura. I don't know if I will go back with you, but I will give you my answer before you head back, said Naruto. Well, that is all we ask for, Naruto. We better get going to bed because we have training in the morning, said Kagura. Yeah, we will see you in the morning, Naruto, said Sakura. With that, they left. Naruto looked as they went down the hallway and went into their rooms. Something tells me that my life has just get more interesting, thought Naruto. With that, he went back in his room and went to bed. The next morning, Naruto woke up early and decided to go for a jog. He put on his green SPD shirt along with a pair of blue jeans and white sneakers. He then filled his backpack with cloths to make it heavy and put it on his back and headed downstairs. As soon as Naruto reached the bottom of the stairs, he could smell eggs and bacon being cooked on a stove. When he got into the kitchen he saw Tsunade making breakfast and Tsunade was relaxing at the table. Tsunade noticed Naruto standing in the hallway. "Good morning Naruto, what are you doing up so early?" asked Tsunade. "Well, I am going for a jog in the forest before I decide to eat," replied Naruto. "You plan on jogging with that heavy backpack on your back too?" asked Tsunade. "Yes, I am, because it's part of the training I had to do to become a Power Ranger, and this is light compared to what I am used to carrying," replied Naruto. "Well, just be careful Naruto and be back here before breakfast is ready," said Tsunade. "I promise I will Tsunade," said Naruto. With that he left out the door. An hour later Kakashi and Team 7 woke up and came down the stairs and saw Tsunade was almost done making breakfast. Sakura decided to ask a question. "Have any of you guys seen Naruto anywhere?" asked Sakura. "Well, if you must know, he got up early and decided to go for a jog. So he should be back very soon," replied Tsunade. "Well, I think that kid is crazy going jogging with a backpack that looks like it weighs a lot," said Tsunade. "You get to be kidding me. You mean that Naruto went jogging when we have to train?" said Sasuke, getting annoyed. "Well, you need to remember, Sasuke, that Naruto is not part of this team and that he is only helping us with our mission because he wants to," said Kakashi. At that moment they all could hear what sounded like someone grunting coming from outside. With that everyone went out the door in the front porch, and was Naruto doing push-ups on the ground with the backpack on his back, and he was up to 200. Naruto noticed that he was being watched and got up and saw that everyone was looking at him. "Well, good morning to all of you," said Naruto, wiping the sweat off his forehead. "Good morning to you to Naruto," said Sakura. "Yeah, good morning," said Kagura. "Well, it looks like you wasting no time in doing your own training, Naruto," said Kakashi, impressed. "Well, if you are all done talking, breakfast is ready," said Tsunade. With that they all headed inside and breakfast was served. As they were eating, Naruto decided to ask a question. "So can any of you guys tell me why a ninja as dangerous as this Zabuza guy would want to kill someone like Tsunade here?" asked Naruto. "Well, if you must know, he was hired by a man named Gato who wants to stop Tsunade here from building his bridge," replied Kakashi. "Well, how bad is this Gato person?" asked Naruto. With that Tsunade told Naruto everything about Gato, how he came to their land and took it over and killed everyone who stood up to him, and how if the bridge was finished it ruined Gato power over the people, and that was why he wanted Tsunade dead. After Tsunade finished his story, Naruto decided to speak up. "From what you just told me about this Gato person, he sounds like some of the lower rank alien criminals SPD had to deal with," said Naruto. "You mean you face people worse than Gato?" asked Tsunade, surprised. "Yes, I have faced worse alien criminals than Gato before," replied Naruto. "Who was the worst one you had to face?" asked Kagura, curious. "Well, it would have to be Emperor Groom. He was the worst alien criminal we had to face," replied Naruto. "How bad was this Emperor Groom?" asked Sakura, curious. "Well, he took over many galaxies and even destroyed some planets until he tried taking over Earth, and me and the other B Squad Ranger put a stop to him once and for all," replied Naruto. "So what happened to him after you and the others put a stop to him?" asked Kakashi. "Well, after he was defeated, he was put into a containment card and was locked away for the rest of his life," replied Naruto. "How come you didn't just kill him after what he did to all those people?" asked Sasuke. "Because it would be considered murder, and it is the rule of SPD that all alien criminals are to be put into containment and sent to prison," replied Naruto. "So that is why you blasted my kuni out of my hand, because it is against what you and SPD stand for," said Kakashi. "Yes, it is," replied Naruto. With that they went back to eating their breakfast. After they finish it and clean it up, Kakashi told Sakura, Kagura and Sasuke they were going to go training, and that once they were done that they would head over to the bridge to guard Tsunade. Sakura then decided to ask Kakashi a question. "Kakashi-sensei, if we are going to train, then what is Naruto here going to be doing?" asked Sakura. "Well, I plan on staying here to guard Tsunade and Inari while you guys go train," replied Naruto. Why do you want to stay here to guard these two when it's our job to protect Tsunade? Asked Sasuke. Because 1, I am not part of your team, and 2, I have the feeling that Gato will try to come here and harm Tsunade and Inari to get at Tsunade, replied Naruto. Naruto is right, Sasuke. Gato might come here after Tsunade and Inari to get to Tsunade. Besides, you Sakura and Kagura need to focus on your training to get stronger, said Kakashi. Whatever you say, Kakashi, said Sasuke in an angry tone. With that, Kakashi and Team 7 headed out the door to go train. Meanwhile, in a cave, the masked ninja Haku was watching over Zabuza as he was recovering from being put into a death-like state. Looks like you almost fully recover, Zabuza, said Haku. Well, you wouldn't have to have put me into a death-like state if it wasn't for that person in the green outfit beating me, said Zabuza in an angry tone. Well, well, look how the mighty have fallen, Zabuza, said a voice. Zabuza turned around and saw Gato standing there with a smile on his face. What the hell do you want, Gato? Asked Zabuza, looking at him. I came to see how you were doing, Zabuza, and what do I find but you beaten up and recovering in bed. You said that you could take care of the ninja Tsunade hired to protect him, replied Gato. I had it all under control until this person dressed in green appeared from out of nowhere and ended up beating me, no problem. But I will be prepared for him next time we meet, said Zabuza. Well, you better, because I am going to give you once more chance to kill Tsunade. But if you fail me, then I will make you pay dearly, said Gato. With that, Gato left. Zabuza then looked over at Haku. Haku, I want you to take care of that guy in green when we face him and Kakashi next time, and make sure you kill him too, said Zabuza. As you wish, Zabuza, said Haku. Meanwhile, back at Tsunade house. It had been a few hours since Kakashi and Team 7 had been training, which Naruto had found out was climbing a tree without using their hands, using what Kakashi and called chakra that ninja used to perform jutsu when they had returned, and now they were sitting at the table eating the dinner that Tsunade had made for them. How is the training going with your team, Kakashi? Asked Naruto. Well, Sakura and Kagura have completed the tree climbing exercise, but Sasuke still needs to do more training before he reaches the top of the tree, replied Kakashi. Well, I would get it if I had stronger teammates, said Sasuke. Well, maybe if you were more of a team player, Sasuke, then you might become stronger, said Naruto. What gives you the right to tell me what to do, Dobi? Shouted Sasuke. Naruto's right, Sasuke, you haven't been working with us as a team since we passed Kakashi-sensei's bell test, said Sakura. Yeah, he is right, maybe if you listen to others then maybe you might become stronger, said Kagura. I guess you two are right. I will try to be more of team player, said Sasuke, calming down. Well, since that is over, we should focus on our battle with Zabuza, said Kakashi. And we should also try to find a way to take down Gato once and for all, said Naruto. At that moment, Inari decided to speak up. You are all fools if you can think you can stop Gato, said Inari. I would be wrong, Inari, because I have taken down stronger alien criminals than this Gato before. Besides, I am a Power Ranger, a hero of Earth, said Naruto. There is no such thing as heroes, and you are fool if you think you can take on Gato, said Inari. With that, Inari ran out of the room crying, with Tsunade running after him calling his name. What is his problem? Asked Kagura. Well, he's been like this ever since his father died, said Tsunade. What happened to him? Asked Sakura. Well, you see, his father wasn't really his father. He saved Inari one day from drowning, and eventually he became a member of the family and even saved our village from flooding and was hailed as a hero. Until the day he stood up to Gato and Inari watched as he was killed in front of everyone, including Inari. Since that day, Inari has never been the same, replied Gato. At that point, everyone saw Naruto had a strange look on his face as if he was thinking about something. Naruto, what are you thinking about? Asked Kakashi, curious. Well, I was just thinking about how much Inari reminds me of my best friend Sky, replied Naruto. How does he remind you of your best friend? Asked Sakura. Well, you see, Sky's father happened to be the first Red Ranger until he was killed in action by an alien criminal named Murloc. After it happened, Sky decided he wanted to become the Red Ranger like his father but became the Blue Ranger first since his pride got in his way. But eventually he became more mature and treated his teammates as equals and even managed to bring Murloc in after he escaped from prison. And after Jack left SPD, Sky took over as the Red Ranger and leader of B Squad and has proven to be a good leader, replied Naruto. From the way you talk about your friend Sky, he seems to be a great friend, said Kakashi. That he is, said Naruto. Kagura then decided to ask Naruto a question. Naruto, how did the other members of your team get chosen to become Power Rangers in the first place? Asked Kagura, curious. Well, they were each born with a genetic power that made them get chosen to become a Power Ranger, replied Naruto. With that, Naruto told them each genetic power of each ranger what it did. After he finished talking, everyone had a look of surprise on their face. Sakura then decided to ask Naruto a question. So do you have any genetic powers like your friends do? Asked Sakura, curious. Yes, I do, Sakura. I have the same genetic powers as my friends Sid and Sky, replied Naruto. With that, Naruto took a bar of metal out of his pocket and held it in his fist, and his fist became metal like the bar. Then drew a circle with his arm and shield, a blue light appeared. After it was all over, Kakashi decided to ask a question. Do you any other powers than what you showed us? Asked Kakashi. Well, I do have another power that my mom said I inherited from one of my birth parents, and it has something to with my eyes that makes them turn red, and I can use it to read the moves on my enemies that I have used to on a number of alien criminals, replied Naruto. That kind of sounds a little like Sasuke's bloodline trait called the Sharingan that can read the opponent's moves and copy any ninjutsu and genjutsu the person sees, said Sakura. Well, I don't think I have this Sharingan as you call it, as I do come from another dimension, said Naruto. You're probably right, Naruto. Besides, it's time for us to head for bed as we need to prepare for when Zabuza shows up again with his masked friend, said Kakashi. With that, they headed for bed. As Naruto was getting ready for bed, he heard a knock at his door. When he opened it, he saw Sakura and Kagura standing there. What are you two still doing up this late? Asked Naruto. We couldn't sleep and decide to pay you a visit, replied Sakura. So can we come in, Naruto? Asked Kagura. Of course you two can come in, said Naruto. With that, Sakura and Kagura came into the room. So Naruto, can you tell us anything more about your life in SPD? Asked Sakura. What do you want to know? Replied Naruto. Well, what was the best thing that happened to you as a Power Ranger? Asked Kagura. Well, I have to say it was the time when me and the other ranger went back in time to the year 2004 to stop Emperor Groom from taking over the Earth and change history. We ended up teaming up with legendary Dino Thunder Rangers to stop him and send him back to our time, said Naruto. You mean you went back in time? Asked Sakura, surprised. Yes, I did, but the others don't remember it as they had their memories wipe out of that time but me, replied Naruto. Why did they have to do that for? Asked Kagura, confused. Because the timeline had to be kept intact, but my mom made my promise not to tell the others or else I would be grounded for the rest of my life, replied Naruto. It sounds like you led an interesting life from where you came from, Naruto, said Kagura. I guess I kind of did compare to you too, said Naruto. Hey Naruto, who are these people in the picture with you? Asked Sakura, seeing the picture on the dresser. While the ones in the uniforms like I am are the rest of B Squad. The White Ranger next to Sky is the Omega Ranger Sam, who came from the future and is stuck in his ranger form. The person with the head of a dog is Commander Kruger, and the women next to him with the cat ears is my mom, Cat Manx, replied Naruto. So how old is your mom, Naruto, because she looks no older than 25 or maybe 30 years old from the picture? Asked Kagura, looking at Cat in the picture. Well, if you two must know, she is 125 years old in Earth years, replied Naruto. How can your mom be that old and look so young? Asked Sakura, shocked. Because different aliens age slower than others, Sakura, and that is why my mom looks so young for her age, replied Naruto. I guess we can understand that, Naruto. Besides, me and Sakura have to get going back to our rooms to sleep so we can protect Tsunade tomorrow, said Kagura. We do need to get some rest as it will be tough to protect Tsunade from Gato. So we will see you in the morning, Naruto, said Sakura. Yeah, I will, you too in the morning, replied Naruto. With that, Sakura and Kagura left the room and Naruto headed for bed to get some sleep. 2 days later, Sak had completed his training and now him, Kakashi and the rest of Team 7 were on the bridge with Tsunade to protect him from Zabuza. So can you tell us, Kakashi, why Naruto is back at Tsunade house with Tsunade and Inari instead of here with us protecting Tsunade? Asked Sasuke in an angry tone. Because Naruto felt that Gato would try to attack Tsunade and Inari. Well, we are here on the bridge with Tsunade protecting him from Zabuza, and I trust his judgment since he has faced people more evil than Gato before from his dimension, and something tells me he is right about what Gato has planned, replied Kakashi. I trust Naruto's judgment to Kakashi-sensei, said Sakura. Yeah, and besides he has more experience battling evil people than we do, added Kagura. Well, I for one am glad that my daughter and grandson are in safe hands with Naruto watching them, said Tsunade. So how long do we have be here for, Kakashi? Asked Sasuke. As long as we have to be here to protect Tsunade from Zabuza, replied Kakashi. As soon as he said that, a thick fog suddenly appeared from out of nowhere and covered the entire bridge, and it made them hard to see anything in front of them. Kakashi-sensei, where did this fog come from? It looks like the fog that Zabuza made last time, asked Sakura, scared. It is because it is Zabuza's hidden mist jutsu, Sakura, replied Kakashi. So what do we do, Kakashi-sensei? Asked Kagura. I want you three to protect Tsunade and I will stand guard and prepare for Zabuza's attack, replied Kakashi. All of a sudden the fog cleared up a little and everyone could see Zabuza and Haku wearing his mask standing in front of them about 50 feet ahead. Well, looks like you have recovered from our last fight, Kakashi, said Zabuza. Well, I have, as have you, Zabuza, said Kakashi. So where your new ally, the guy in the green outfit that beat me last time? Asked Zabuza. He is not here right now, Zabuza. But I don't need his help this time to beat you, replied Kakashi, reveling his Sharingan. Then I guess you will have to do for now. Haku, you can do what you want with these three protecting Tsunade, said Zabuza. As you wish, Zabuza, said Haku. With that said, Zabuza and Kakashi charged one another while Haku went after the rest of Team 7. Meanwhile, back at Tsunade house, Inari watches two of Gato's men had showed up in their house and were trying to kidnap his mother, who was now on the floor, while Inari was too scared to do anything about it. You know what, miss, I think me and my friend here will have some fun with you before we take you to Gato, said one of the men. Yeah, Gato didn't say we had to bring her in unharmed. So maybe we will have some fun with you before we take you with us, said the other man. At that moment Inari couldn't stand it anymore and ran in front of his mother and stood in front of the two men. What do you think you're doing, you little brat? Asked the first man. I am going to stop you two from hurting my mother, replied Inari. Well, in that case I think we will just kill you and take your mother, said the other man. With that both men took out their swords and prepared to kill Inari. All of a sudden from out of nowhere a blade that was black came out and cut both men's swords in half. When they looked to see where the sword came from, they saw Naruto standing in front of them holding the shadow saber in his hands with an angry look on his face. Who the hell are you, kid? Asked the first man, looking at Naruto. The name's Naruto Manx of SPD and I am here to protect this boy and his mother from you and your boss Gato, replied Naruto. I would like to see you try to stop us, kid, said the other man. I guess you leave me no choice. Call to the beast inside, free the tiger and lion, said Naruto. Before the two men could attack Naruto, they were attacked by a black metal lion and a red metal tiger that struck them both and sent them to the floor out cold. Naruto then quickly tied them up good and tight and looked over at Inari and Tsunade. Are you two all right? Asked Naruto. Yeah, thanks to you, Naruto, replied Tsunade. Well, you're welcome, replied Naruto. Naruto then looked at Inari. Inari, I am going over to the bridge to help out the others and I want you to go get the other villagers and get to the bridge as fast as you can, said Naruto. You can count on me, Naruto, said Inari. With that, Naruto held his morpher to his face and said, SPD. Emergency, and morph into the mighty Morphin Green Ranger and went out the door. Once Naruto was outside, he decided he need to get the bridge fast. I sure hope this works. Red lighting cruiser power up, said Naruto. There was a bright flash of light and red lighting cruiser appeared and Naruto hopped into the driver's seat. Alright lighting cruiser, we need to hurry and get to the bridge and help the others, said Naruto to the car. Lighting cruiser then flashed its headlights, meaning it understood what Naruto meant. With that, lighting cruiser took off in the direction of the bridge at full speed. Meanwhile, back at the bridge, Kakashi and Zabuza were fighting evenly with neither one giving the other edge. Sakura and Kagura meanwhile had watched the fight between Sasuke and Haku, who managed to trap Sasuke in a wall of ice mirrors, and they were worried. I sure wish Naruto was here right now to help us, said Sakura. Yeah, Naruto could easily free Sasuke from that wall of ice mirrors and beat Zabuza too. But he is back at Tsunade house protecting Tsunade and Inari, said Kagura. All of a sudden they could hear what sounded like a roar of an engine and tires coming towards them, and all of a sudden Naruto came out of the fog inside red lighting cruiser and stopped in front of Sakura and Kagura. Naruto, you came, said Sakura. Oh, course I did. You need help. So what is going on here? Asked Naruto. While Kakashi sensei is fighting Zabuza and Sasuke is in that wall of ice mirror over there made by that masked ninja and his trap, replied Kagura. While then I am going in there to go save Sasuke, and I want you two to stay here and protect Tsunade, said Naruto. You got it, Naruto, said Sakura. You better be careful too, because that masked ninja is really tough, added Kagura. I promise I will. You two and lighting cruiser here will protect you two and Tsunade, right buddy? Said Naruto. Lighting cruiser then flashed its headlights and honked its horn, telling Naruto it understood. With that, Naruto ran towards the wall of ice mirrors to go free Sasuke. Meanwhile, Sasuke was using his Sharingan and Akuni to block all of Haku's needles, but was getting tired from all of the attack. All of a sudden Sasuke saw Naruto coming into the wall of ice mirrors and stand next to him. What the hell do you think you are doing here, Naruto? Asked Sasuke angry. I came to save you, Sasuke, and help beat this masked ninja, replied Naruto. So you're the person that beat my friend Zabuza? Asked Haku, looking at Naruto. I am, and I am the one going to defeat you, replied Naruto. Well, I like to see you try, and don't think you can break my ice mirrors because your friend here tried it using a powerful fire jutsu but failed, said Haku. Then I guess maybe I should try bringing up the heat a lot more than Sasuke can, said Naruto. How do you plan on doing that? Asked Haku, curious. Like this wolf warrior mode activate, shouted Naruto into his morpher. All of a sudden there was bright flash of crimson red light and hot flames surrounding Naruto, and when it faded, Naruto was in Limbo's wolf warrior mode, complete with sword and shield. Alright, now let's see if your ice mirrors can stand up to my burning slash attack, said Naruto. With that, Naruto took out the sword, and with the slashes of it a ring of intense fire came out and blew apart Haku's ice mirrors and sent him to the ground hard, breaking his mask, revealing his face. Haku then looked up at Naruto. You have won this fight. Now please kill me, as I am a broken weapon to my friend Zabuza and should be killed, said Haku, looking at Naruto with a sad look. I will not kill you, Haku, as I don't kill anyone, as it is against my code, replied Naruto, putting the sword back in the shield. Why not? You're a ninja like me and have been taught to kill without mercy. So if you don't kill me, then I will kill you instead. So just go ahead and end my life now, said Haku, pleading. I will not kill you, as I am not a ninja but a Power Ranger and SPD officer, and it is against everything I and SPD stand for, replied Naruto. As Naruto said that, Haku could feel that Zabuza was in trouble of being killed by Kakashi and decided to put a stop to it and look at Naruto. I guess you're right, because I am not ready to die just yet, said Haku. With that, Haku disappeared in a gust of wind, leaving Naruto and Sasuke behind, confused. Meanwhile Zabuza couldn't use both of his arms as they were broken and was being held by Kakashi's pack dogs as Kakashi was getting ready to kill Zabuza using his Chidori. "Now it's time for you to die, Zabuza," said Kakashi. With that, Kakashi ran towards Zabuza with the intent to kill. Before Kakashi could make contact, Haku came from out of nowhere and stood in front of Zabuza, and the Chidori went right through him. When Kakashi pulled his arm out of Haku, Haku fell to the ground dead. "I don't believe this. That kid came out of nowhere and took the hit for Zabuza," said Kakashi, shocked. "Well, it looks like I still get to live today, Kakashi," said Zabuza, smiling underneath his mask. "How do you accept to fight me, Zabuza, when you are useless without the use of your arms?" asked Kakashi. "I couldn't agree with you more," said a voice. Kakashi and Zabuza turned around and saw Gato standing in front of them with a 100-arm guys next to him. "Gato, what is the meaning of this?" asked Zabuza, surprised. "Well, I have decided that hiring these guys are cheaper than me paying for you, Zabuza. So I have decided to get rid of you once and for all," replied Gato. At that moment Naruto and Sasuke showed up and noticed Gato with the armed men. "Kakashi, what is going on here?" asked Sasuke. "It seems that Gato here has decided to double-cross Zabuza here and kill him and us," replied Kakashi. "So that short man with the cane is Gato, right?" asked Naruto, looking at Gato. "Yes, he is Naruto," replied Kakashi. With that, Naruto moved forward and stood next to Zabuza and looked right at Gato through his helmet. "So you're Gato then?" asked Naruto to Gato. "Yes, I am, and who are you?" asked Gato. "The name's Naruto SPD. Dragon Ranger, and I am the one going to bring you in to pay for your crimes," replied Naruto. "No, you're not, because I have some unfinished business with Gato here," said Zabuza. "I am not going to let you kill Gato because he has to pay for what he did for his crimes," shouted Naruto. "I don't care what you think, but I want to kill him for betraying me and Haku," said Zabuza. "If you plan on doing that, then you need a weapon," said Sasuke, throwing Zabuza a kuni which he caught in his teeth. Naruto then started to complain until Kakashi stopped him by putting up his hand. "Naruto, I can understand what you're feeling right now towards Zabuza, but let him do this, as this is our world, not yours, all right," said Kakashi. "As you wish, Kakashi," replied Naruto, calming down. "Thank you, Kakashi. Now it is about time I go kill Gato," said Zabuza. With that, Zabuza took off into the crowd of armed men after Gato. As soon as he reached the crowd, Zabuza started to kill the men one by one as they stabbed him with their weapons, and few were embedded in his back. But after fighting for 15 minutes, he finally reached Gato, who had a terrorized look on his face. "Please spare me, Zabuza. I will pay you anything you want," said Gato, pleading. "I don't think so, Gato, because I am going to send me to where demons live," replied Zabuza. With that, Zabuza struck with the kuni in his mouth and killed Gato by cutting his throat, and he fell to the ground dead. After it was all done, Zabuza fell to the ground dead from loss of blood. The rest of the men then look at each other confused. "What do we do since Gato's dead?" asked one of the men. "I think we should attack the village and take whatever we want," replied another. "I don't think so, you creeps," said Naruto, yelling at the men. The man looked at Naruto and smiled. "And who is going to make us?" asked another man. "We will," said a voice. The men looked ahead and saw Inari with the rest of the villagers looking at them with an angry look. "You can count me on this too," said Kakashi. With that, Kakashi made a hand sign and said, "Shadow Clone Jutsu," and about 30 Kakashi appeared armed with kunis. "You can count me into, Kakashi." "Spirit Ranger Shark," said Naruto, and the Jungle Fury Shark Ranger appeared with shark sabers in its hands, and Naruto was armed with Saba and the dragon dagger in his hands, ready for battle. The men saw that they were outnumbered and quickly decided to run away. With that, they took off into their boats and tried to get away as far as possible. "Well, it looks like those guys were not that tough," said Naruto as he saw the men take off in the boats. With that, Naruto demorphed and was tackled to the ground by Kagura and Sakura as they appeared with Tsunade with them. "Naruto, you're all right," said Sakura. "Yeah, we were worried about you and Sasuke," said Kagura. Well, as you can see, you two, I am just fine. So can you please get off of me so I can get up? Asked Naruto with a slight blush on his face. With that, Sakura and Kagura got off of Naruto and he got back on his feet. So what will you do now, Tsunade? Asked Kakashi, looking at Tsunade. Well, since Gato is no longer a problem to our village, we can finish building the bridge without too much problem, replied Tsunade. Well, that good to know. But what will we do about Zabuza and Haku's bodies? Asked Sasuke. Well, we should give them a proper burial, as they are fellow ninja and deserve our respect. Then once the bridge is finished, we should all head back to the village to give the Hokage our report, replied Kakashi. With that, Kakashi picked up both bodies and everyone headed back to the village to rest. The next morning, Zabuza and Haku bodies were buried and everyone, including Naruto, said a few words about them. 1 month later, the bridge was finished and Kakashi and Team 7, including Naruto, were getting ready to leave for the village and were saying goodbye to everyone. Thanks to you 5, the bridge is finished and our land can become rich again at long last, said Tsunade. Don't mention it, Tsunade. It was nothing, replied Kakashi. Naruto, I want to thank you for protecting me and my mom, said Inari, looking at Naruto. You're welcome, Inari. It wasn't nothing. I was just doing my job as a member of SPD and a Power Ranger, which is to protect innocent people, replied Naruto, smiling. Well, we better get going, better the Hokage gets worried about us, said Kakashi. With that, they started to leave across the bridge. As they were leaving, Inari looked up at his grandfather. Grandfather, what should we name the bridge? Asked Inari. How about the Naruto SPD? Bridge of Hope, in honor of Naruto, who helped save our village out of the kindness of his heart, said Tsunade. Meanwhile, as Kakashi and the others were walking across the bridge, Kagura and Sakura looked at Naruto. You know, Naruto, it is a good thing you decide to come with us back to the village, said Sakura. Yeah, and you're going to love the village when we get there, Naruto. It is nice and peaceful, said Kagura. Well, considering I am stuck in this dimension with you guys and the fact you're only people I know right now, I felt it is the right thing for me to go back with you 4 to the village, since I have nowhere else to go. Besides, I want to see what this village of yours looks like and meet this Hokage you talk about so much, said Naruto, smiling. Sasuke, who was watching the 3 behind him, looked at Kakashi. Kakashi, are you sure it is a good idea to be taking Naruto back with us to the village? Asked Sasuke. Oh, of course it is a good idea, Sasuke. Since Naruto did help us with our mission and he has nowhere else to go. Besides, I think he will make a good ninja to add to our team once I talk to the Hokage about him, replied Kakashi, smiling under his mask. Whatever you say, Kakashi, said Sasuke, rolling his eyes. And once I tell the Hokage I found Sensei's and Lady Tsunade's son, I know he will make Naruto a ninja of the village, since he has the skills of a Anbu already, thought Kakashi. With that, they continued walking back towards the village. Thank you.